Hello, everyone, and welcome out to Orange County Great Park Stadium in Irvine, California for today's CCL matchup featuring your Orange County Riptide and the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Riptide are coming into today's ball game looking to string together some wins after snapping a 3-game losing streak yesterday after defeating the Santa Barbara Foresters 5-4 and a comeback from behind win. And would you look at that, we're having a ton of fun on the field as Ryder Lamb, our bat boy, has just won the national anthem standoff. The third base umpire held his hand in the air and congratulated him on the victory. So for the season, Ryder Lamb 1-0.
They also ejected a pitcher.
On the mound today for the Riptide, Devin Sartorius, otherwise known as DJ Sartorius, the left-handed pitcher out of Biola University. 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, out of Capistrano Valley Christian High School. He previously attended Saddleback College. He's out of Dana Point, California. We'll take a look at his numbers this season with the Riptide. DJ Sartorius coming into the ball game,
now batting for the Saints.
having it thrown 19 complete innings while posting a 3.32 ERA. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Arroyo Seco Saints. Leading things off, Anthony Forte. Hitting second and on deck, Drew Coley. Hitting third, Thomas Lovano. Hitting cleanup, Evan Russell. Hitting fifth, Andy Garriola. Hitting sixth, Morgan Allen. Hitting seventh, Jacob Wyeth. Hitting eighth, Pete Durkay. And batting ninth, David Reyna. 1 ball and no strikes. Anthony Forte at the plate. The left-hander delivers a pitch on the outer half. It's called a strike. The count is even at 1. Defensively for your Orange County Riptide. In left field, Antonio Cruz. In center field, Michael Peabody. In right field, Chad Crosby. At third base, Troy Lipscomb. At shortstop, Carson Matthews. At second base, Blake Evans. At first base, Daniel Jung. Connor Aoki behind the plate. And on the mound, Devin Sartorius. All right, so I just received a note from our stats guy, Ryan Farron, and he told me that Drew Atherton has just been ejected by the umpire. And sure enough, he has. He's actually on the concourse now. Not too sure what he said, and I'm pretty sure it was pertaining to something that occurred before the start of the ball game, maybe during the standoff between some of these Arroyo Seco Saints and Ryder Lamb, our OC Riptide bat boy. Wow, that really happened. Interesting enough, huh? 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anthony Forte, the left-hander, looks down the barrel to get a sign, delivers a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball on the outer half. It looked good from here, but not good enough, says the home plate umpire. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And look who's here, Ryder Lamb. Ryder, come here. Come to the mic for a little bit. Talk to me about your standoff. Whose idea was it?
Well, first it started off with Justin Lewis. And they said not to go, and they would get off from the national anthem to be the last ones in the dugout. So I'm like, fine, I'll be a competitor.
Wow.
So since as of 2 games ago I started, and there's, I think his name's Andrew, number 47 down there doing my job. Props to him. But it was fun.
Yeah.
I saw the last guy who was on the other team. He wasn't moving, so I wasn't gonna move.
Oh, way to go, Ryder. I think he actually got ejected.
Yes, he did get tossed.
Oh.
And then the umpire actually told me not to move. So what did I do? I didn't move.
And then he came over to raise your hand, right?
Yep.
All right, so give us a victory speech, Ryder. How'd you feel?
I felt amazing. It was great to win, to be the last one off the line.
Yeah, Ryder, look at you. You're 1-0 on the season. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, man. Thank you.
Will.
All right. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anthony Forte at the plate. No men down, just getting started. We are in the top half of the first inning here from Irvine, California. Anthony Forte out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois. The left-hander Sartorius delivers the pitch, fouled away. So a battle brewing here in the first at-bat of the ball game. Both players reluctant to throw in the towel. Anthony Forte is 6'2", 205 pounds, a really decent size on him. In 2019, he hit .280 with a .912 OPS. He's out of the University of Richmond. Drew Coley awaits on deck. Thomas Lovano in the hole. Sartorius sets, delivers. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fouled off once again. That last pitch was the 10th pitch of the at-bat. So DJ Sartorius has already gone into double digits, and he has not recorded it out. As a matter of fact, he has now gotten past the first batter of the ball game. So any way you put it, successful AB for Anthony Forte. The left-hander delivers the pitch on the outer half for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. Anthony Forte may have won the battle, but DJ Sartorius won the war. One man down. Drew Coley out of Cal Poly Pomona steps into the box. He's out of Upland High School and Upland, California. One man down in the inning. Here comes the pitch. Fastball on the outer half, called a strike. It's 0-1. Drew Coley comes into the ballgame hitting .250 for the Saints as the pitch is on the outer half. It evens up the count at 1-1. We'll take a look at the CCL standings. Sitting at the top, the Santa Barbara Forcers with a 10-4 league record. In second place, the Academy Barons, a 6-5 record. The Orange County Riptide, as a matter of fact, are tied for second place with the Barons with a 8-7 league record, as that is a ground ball towards the left side. Backhanded shot by Carson Matthews. Long throw and not even close. A 1-out infield for Drew Coley as Thomas Lovano comes into the plate. The Arroyo Seco Saints, the Arroyo Seco Saints are in fourth place with a 7-8 record. The San Luis Obispo Blues are in fifth place with a 5-6 record, and in sixth place the Conejo Oaks with a 4-10 record. One man down, Drew Coley leads off at first. He reached on an infield single. DJ Sartorius takes a look over. Here comes the pitch. Hit out towards left center field. Michael Peabody makes his way, but then comes Antonio Cruz to cut him off and ultimately make the catch. Two men down in the inning.
Now Bobby, number 8, Evan Russell.
Evan Russell steps into the box. We're also out of the University of Tennessee, also out of Lexington, Tennessee. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. Throw back over towards first, not in time. Prior to Tennessee, Evan Russell attended Scott Hills High School. Lefty on righty matchup. DJ Sartorius delivers the pitch. Chopper towards the left side. Trail Lipscomb is there. Throw on over to first. And an easy inning for DJ Sartorius. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. No score from Irvine, California. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. Michael Peabody leading things off for the Orange County Riptide. The Tide will face Cade Bollinger on the mound today for the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's out of Bourne, California, or check that, Bourne, Texas. He's out of Champion High School as the second pitch of the AB is flied out towards center field, one away.
Now batting from the University of Tennessee, number 23, Trey Lipscomb.
Cade Bollinger on the season comes into the ballgame with a 6.14 ERA. So has had trouble keeping runs off the board. Let's see what the Riptide can gift him with today, as there was a broken bat foul ball. So that is off for Trey Lipscomb and his piece of wood.
Remember, folks, if you do happen to catch or locate a foul ball, please return it to one of our uniformed OC Riptide staff members wearing a blue polo shirt. You will receive a reward.
Trey Lipscomb out of the University of Tennessee. He is a switch hitter, but he throws from the right side. He's 6'3", 190 pounds. Prior to Tennessee, he attended Urbana High School. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled back towards the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. So whenever DJ Sartorius is on the mound, there is a ton of kids in the stands. And sure enough, down the third base line, there is a pizza party going on. A handful of kids, probably around 15, I would say. As the 0-2 pitch is flied out towards the right side and out of play. We're only in the bottom half of the first inning, but I can assure you we've lost a ton of money in foul balls. At least for those that are not recovered. The fans here at the stadium are encouraged to return those foul balls, and they'll be given a reward as the pitch is swung on and missed by Lipscomb. 2 men down. First strike out of the ballgame for Cade Bollinger.
University of Miami, number 7, Chad Crosby.
Now out of the University of Miami, Chad Crosby giving the opportunity at the plate. Crosby comes into today's matchup hitting .208. 2 men down in the inning. We're in the bottom half of the first. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide via YouTube Live. We appreciate you for joining us on a lovely Wednesday evening from Irvine, California, Orange County Great Park Stadium. The right-hander delivers a 2-0 pitch, fouled back. It's now 2-1. The Orange County Riptide coming off a 5-4 win against the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Foresters were out in front 4-0 up until the bottom half of the 7th inning. That was actually during our interview with the superfan Keith Franklin. Andre Antone hit a home run. He was followed by Connor Aoki, and then it was history. The Orange County Riptide went on to win that ball game and to snap their 3-game losing streak. 3 balls and 1 strike to Chad Crosby. Hit out towards the left side. Morgan Allen is there on the outskirts of the grass. He'll make the play, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no one left on. We head to the top of the second inning here from Irvine, California. No score. Andy Garriola opens up the top half of the second inning for the Saints. He fouls the first pitch back. No balls and one strike. Garriola is out of Sierra Madre, California. He attended Damien High School. He is a criminal justice major. Quite frankly, I've never heard of his university. Old Dominion University.
That's where Justin Verlander went.
So according to Ryan Farron, that's where Justin Verlander attended school. He'll go ahead and fact check that for us. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Andy Garriola. Morgan Allen awaits on deck. Jacob Wyeth in the hole. Flied out towards center field. Shading towards his left is Michael Peabody. But instead of making the play, Chad Crosby, 1 man out.
Now batting, number 20, Morgan Allen.
That'll bring up Morgan Allen into the box. He's out of Lantana, Texas. One man out. We're in the top half of the second inning. Lefty on righty matchup. Pitch is in there for a strike on 1. Morgan Allen out of St. Edward's University. He hit .331 during the 2019 season, so solid numbers for him as the 0-1 pitch to the right-hander runs too far inside and evens up the count at 1-1. He had 151 at-bats with 50 hits, 2 of those hits being a home run, 3 triples, 6 doubles, as there is a 1 hopper towards the right side into the glove of Blake Evans for the second out.
Now batting, number 24, Jacob White.
Now Jacob Wyeth given the opportunity. He's out of Baylor University. He's 6'3", 215 pounds, also out of Austin, Texas. He attended Lake Travis High School. DJ Sartorius has 1 strikeout in the ballgame, and that was assigned to Anthony Forte, who struck out looking during the top half of the first inning. Pitch runs inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Pete Durkee awaits on deck. No score. We're in the top half of the second inning. 1-0, hit out towards the left side. It was picked by Carson Matthews. He didn't catch it cleanly, but he managed to knock it down, then recovered, made a strong throw over towards first base, and the nice out to close things in the top half of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second. No score from Irvine, California. Jonathan Ortiz via YouTube Live. This is OC Riptide Baseball. Andre Antone steps into the box for the Riptide. He takes a first pitch strike on the outer half, 0-1. He homered in yesterday's matchup against the Forcers. It was a deep fly ball over the left field fence. It put the Riptide on the board, and after that, they never looked back. 1 strike. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. Connor Aoki in the hole. If anyone gets on, Antonio Cruz. Pitch is on the inner half, too far inside. It's now 2 strike. The right-hander looks down the barrel to get a sign. Cade Bollinger delivers. Slider on the outer half. Fairly lenient call, in my opinion. The count is even at 2-2. I feel like for the majority of the season, we've seen home plate umpires have very wide strike zones as the 2-2 pitch stays up high, 3 strikes. Slight breeze blowing out towards right field as the full count pitch is swung on and missed, or more so tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 3, 1 man down.
Now batting from the University of Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
Out of Notre Dame University, Daniel Jung steps into the box. He is third on the team in batting average with a 360, or check that, a 388 number. Leading the team in batting average is Blake Fadul with a 455 number. Eric Pagani is next, hitting 400. This one's going up the middle, but cut off by the second baseman, David Reyna. Throw over towards first in time, 2 men out.
Now batting, number 19 from Binghamton, Connor Aoki.
That'll make way for Connor Aoki, hitting 327 on the season. He also has the team lead in home runs with 3. He went deep in yesterday's matchup against the Foresters. It was a 2-run home run also in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch is slapped foul towards the right side and out of play. Team lead in RBIs goes to Connor Aoki with 14. No balls and 1 strike to him. Antonio Cruz waits on deck. 6:30 p.m. start time for today's matchup. It's on the inner half, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. DJ Sartorius on the mound for the Riptide. Cade Bollinger on the mound for the Saints. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the outer half, called strike 2, 1-2. I believe the last time these two teams played each other was at Arroyo Seco, and I was watching the broadcast, and precisely the moment I tuned in, I saw that both benches cleared as the 1-2 pitch is tipped foul. But quite frankly, I don't think the animosity will carry over into today's ball game. No score in the bottom half of the second inning. One ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander delivers the pitch. And that slider is working quite well for Cade Bellinger today. Third strikeout of the ball game. We head to the top half of the third inning. Nothing but goose eggs on the mound from Irvine, California. Pete Durkee leads things off here in the top half of the third inning. He's followed by David Reyna and Anthony Forte hitting third. If anyone gets on, Drew Coley. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup to open up business. Top of the third inning, DJ Sartorius looks down the rail to get a sign. Here comes the pitch. Hit out towards left field, and Antonio Cruz will have to play it on a hop. Leadoff single for Pete Durkee as David Reyna steps into the box.
Now batting number 4, David Reyna.
David Reyna, also out of St. Edward's University. He's out of Santa Fe High School, also out of Santa Fe, Texas. Pete Durkee leads off at first base. DJ Sartorius steps off the rubber. David Reyna steps out of the box. Everything resets. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. Towards the right side. Throw to second for one. On to first. Not in time because the throw was not made. Looks like the ball slipped out of the glove of the shortstop, Carson Matthews. Went out recorded nonetheless. One away.
Now batting number 2, Anthony Forte.
That makes room for Anthony Forte. Forte struck out looking during his first at-bat. I believe there was a total of 11 pitches. Right, Ryan? In the first at-bat of the ball game. It resulted in a strikeout, luckily for DJ Sartorius. Lefty-on-lefty matchup, throw back over towards first. Not in time. The left-hander delivers a pitch. On the outer half, called a strike. Good movement. 0-1 the count. No balls and 1 strike. DJ Sartorius delivers the pitch. There goes the runner. Throw down towards second is too high. Stolen base for David Reyna. Drew Coley waits on deck for the Saints for in the top half of the third inning. There's no score, no runs, 2 hits, no errors for Arroyo Seco. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Orange County Riptide. Sartorius delivers the 0-2. Swung on and missed on the outer half for strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Anthony Forte. Also the second strikeout of the ball game for DJ Sartorius. Drew Coley steps into the box. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Thomas Lovano awaits on deck. Runner in scoring position for the Arroyo Seco Saints. David Reyna reached on a fielder's choice. He then stole a base. The left-hander delivers a pitch. That's on the outer half. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Every time the home plate umpire calls a strike, the kids in the stands get very excited for their head coach, DJ Sartorius. He coaches 10U baseball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another off-speed hit towards the right side. It'll stay in fair territory. At least it seemed like it would, but then it went ahead to hook foul. So we'll do it again, this time at 0-2. There's only been 2 hits in the ballgame this far, a single off the bat of Drew Coley, who's currently at the plate, and a single off the bat of Pete Durkee. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. 3 strikeouts on the afternoon for DJ Sartorius. We head to the bottom half of the third inning from Irvine, California. No score. Antonio Cruz opens things up in the bottom half of the third inning. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Fouled back. It's 0-1. It'll be Antonio Cruz, Carson Matthews, and Blake Evans this half inning for the Riptide. If anyone gets on, Michael Peabody. No balls and one strike. A righty-on-righty matchup. No score in the bottom half of the third inning. The 0-1 pitch is on the outer half. Check swing, but no swing, according to the home plate umpire. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Antonio Cruz out of Rice University takes an inside fastball to even up the count at 2. He's out of Houston, Texas. Attended Episcopal High School. Takes the pitch low. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In 2019, Antonio Cruz hit 167 at Rice University. He flies this one out towards right field. Andy Garriola in front of the right field fence, and the track makes the play. 1 man down.
Now batting from BYU, number 5, Carson Matthews.
That'll give an opportunity to Carson Matthews with 1 man down and no man on. Carson Matthews out of BYU and San Clemente, California, out of Capistrano Valley Christian High School. And swing to open up the at-bat. He's down to the count 0-1. Blake Evans out of Georgia Southern University awaits on deck for the Riptide. High fastball above the chest. It's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the inner half, good movement. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like Vanderbilt is 1 out away. Or more so, 1 strike now from crowning themselves as champions of the NCAA tournament. The 2-2 is a ground ball heading up the middle on the forehand. The shortstop, Drew Coley, he throws over towards first in time to get him.
Now batting from Georgia Southern, number 15, Blake Evans.
From Georgia Southern University, Blake Evans, the second baseman, steps into the box. He's out of Ackworth, Georgia. He's 5'10", 160 pounds. Hit out towards left field. Evan Russell takes a few steps back. He'll make the play. So far, Cade Bollinger has had his way with the Orange County Riptide. Nothing but zeros on the board as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. No score. Thomas Lovano steps in for his second at-bat of the ball game. He flew out towards left field. He's 0 for 1. Evan Russell awaits on deck. Andy Garriola. In the hole, and if anyone gets on, Morgan Allen. Still no score in the top half of the fourth inning in Irvine, California. DJ Sartorius out for his fourth inning of work. Takes a fastball that runs inside, too far inside for comfort. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0 pitch for Thomas Lovano on the inner half and in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Vanderbilt is the 2019 national champion, so congratulations to them. Defeated Michigan by the final score of 8-2. The 2-0 pitch is at the belt. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike, 3-1. So Dave Lamb, our assistant GM, just showed me our roster, and we have a player coming in from Vanderbilt, and that is actually Wesley Scott, a right-handed pitcher. Ground ball towards the left side. The shortstop, Carson Matthews, is there. Long throw, but good hustle down the line by Thomas Lovano will beat it out. Infield single for him to open up the top half of the fourth inning.
Now batting number 8, Evan Russell.
So by the looks of it, he's still scheduled to come and play for us?
He's here.
Oh, he's here already. Huh. Oh, he's an incoming freshman for Vanderbilt. There we go. See, now it all makes more sense for me. Yeah, I reckon that we had announced his name already during a broadcast. Well, that's exciting, heading into a school that's already crowned themselves as champions. The bunt is shown laid perfectly down the third base line. Unfortunately for the Riptide, or more so fortunately for the Riptide, it actually hooks foul. My goodness. I was sure it would stay fair. DJ Sartorius ran aggressively towards the ball, then tried to stop. As a matter of fact, he came to the ground. He seems to be okay. Nonetheless, the pitching coach will head out to have a chat with him. But yeah, that bunt down the third base line from Evan Russell, I thought for sure was going to stay to the right side of the chalk. But fortunately for the Riptide, it went ahead to hook foul. Snowballs and 1 strike as Andy Garriola waits on deck. Runner on first base here for the Saints, Thomas Lovano, opened up the inning with a ground ball single towards the left side. It was a long throw for Carson Matthews, and it was a strong throw indeed, but not in time. No balls and 1 strike. Still no score. Top half of the fourth inning. The Orange County Riptide are looking to put together a winning streak after snapping a 3-game losing streak last night. No balls and 2 strikes now to Evan Russell. Russell is 0 for 1. He grounded out towards third base his first time up. Still no hits in the ball game for the Riptide. 3 hits in the game for the Saints. Throw back over towards first and not in time. The Riptide are 9-8-1 overall. The Arroyo Seco Saints are 8-8 overall. The 0-2 is the pitch out, nothing doing. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Again, the team that has played the most amount of ball games, including non-league, is the San Luis Obispo Blues. They have played a total of 24 games. There goes the runner. Throw is in the dirt. The throw down towards second will not be made. There's a stolen base for Thomas Lovano. Second stolen base of the ball game for the Saints. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner aboard at second base, no man down. Sartorius takes a peek towards second, delivers the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it'll get past the catcher, Connor Aoki. It bounced right over his head. The go-ahead run is now 90 feet away for the Arroyo Seco Saints here in the top half of the 4th inning. With a runner on third base and no men down, a variety of ways for him to score. With that, the Orange County Riptide will look to prevent the run on a ground ball. They bring their 4 infielders in. Sartorius looks down the barrel to get the sign. The 3-2 is flied out towards left field. Antonio Cruz is there. The runner tags, more than enough room for him to score. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Saints.
Now batting number 9, Andy Garriola.
Andy Garrioli slips into the box, and that's actually Garriola, not Garrioli, pardon me. He flew out towards right field his first time up. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's no balls and 1 strike. Pitch taken for strike 1. Garriola comes into the ballgame hitting .320 for the Saints. There's a chopper towards the left side. Andre Anton plays it on a high hop. He'll throw on over towards first. Check that. That was not Andre Anton. That was Trey Lipscomb. So accustomed to seeing Andre Anton at third base. He's actually the designated hitter for today's matchup. Some chatter from both sides of the dugout, it seems like. Clemente Bonilla is having a chat with the home plate umpire. He's pointing towards the Arroyo Seco dugout.
They're Tennessee teammates. John off together.
Not too sure what's going on. Some groaning and complaining coming out of the dugout for the Saints. Clemente Bonilla is visibly upset. Now DJ Sartorius also having a conversation with an additional umpire. As I said, during their last matchup, the benches did clear. But from the benches clearing, luckily for both teams, nothing went on ahead to escalate. Now some fans in the stands seem to be upset by the situation that's unraveling on the field. Quite frankly, I cannot tell you where any of this stems from, especially pertaining to today's ball game. The first pitch to Andy Garriola swung on and missed for a strike. It's 0-1. And after that swing and a miss, there is a very, very, very loud dugout for the OC Riptide. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slapped foul towards the right side. And some more clapping coming from the OC Riptide dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. Lefty on righty matchup at the plate. DJ Sartorius looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers the 0-2 pitch to Andy Garriola. Towards the right side, it hooks foul and out of play. The catcher, Morgan Allen, awaits on deck for the Saints. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Nice job by Andy Garriola to not chase. The first base umpire says that the hitter did not go.
First base umpire didn't even see it.
The sun is setting out here in Irvine, California. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed on the outer half for strike 3. And a very loud OC Riptide dugout and fan base. All right, here we go. We're in for a good ball game, and we're only in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 1-0 in favor of the Saints. From UC Irvine, Michael Peabody will lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning for your Orange County Riptide. In between innings, Clemente Bonilla went out to have some additional chatter with the home plate umpire. Our scoreboard operator, Don, to the left of me, has seen Clemente coach a ton of games, and he just said that he's never seen him so visibly upset. No balls and 1 strike to Michael Peabody, the leadoff hitter. He hits this one foul towards the left side and out of play. Trey Lipscomb awaits on deck. Chad Crosby in the hole. If anyone gets on, Andre Antone, the designated hitter. Still no hits in the ballgame for Orange County. They're looking to break the goose egg in the hit column, and they may as well do it in the run column as well. They're down 1-0 here as the fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peabody flew out towards center field his first time up. The 1-2 hit out towards right center. It'll fall in for a base hit. Peabody takes the turn, but he'll hold that first base. Leadoff single for the Orange County Riptide as Trey Lipscomb steps into the box.
From the University of Tennessee, third baseman, number 23, Trey Lipscomb.
Trey Lipscomb out of the University of Tennessee and Urbana High School takes the first pitch low on the inner half for a ball. It's now 1-0. Chad Crosby awaits on deck. Michael Peabody leading off of first base. Do look for him to run. We know how aggressive head coach Clemente Bonilla is. The runner goes. Throw down towards second is a good one. It skips off the glove of the second baseman, David Reyna, giving the opportunity to Peabody, to make it down there safely. Peabody had held himself in between first and second base because he knew that the throw was good. But it worked out perfectly for the Riptide, as the 2-0 is an inside fastball way up high, 2-1. Peabody did not get the best of jumps. Halfway to second base, he held. He then noticed that the ball hit off the glove of David Reyna and into shallow center field, giving him the opportunity to make it down towards second base safely. Now Trey Lipscomb is ahead in the count at 3 balls and no strikes. Takes a fastball on the inner half for ball 4.
Now batting from the University of Miami, number 7, right fielder, Chad Crosby.
So now the Orange County Riptide looking to do some damage on the board. Finally, in the bottom half of the 4th inning, they have recorded their first hit in the column. Now they're looking for their first run. Michael Peabody leads off of second base. Trey Lipscomb leads off of first base. Katie Bollinger delivers. It's a bunt that's pulled back, taken for a ball, 1-0. The Anteater, Andre Anton, otherwise known as the Big Cat, on deck for the Riptide. Righty on lefty matchup at the plate. Chad Crosby lined out towards third base his first time up. There's a ground ball towards the right side into right field for a base hit. Taking the turn on his way home is Michael Peabody. The throw is not in time. On his way towards second is Trey Lipscomb. Now on his way towards home is Lipscomb to go ahead and score the run for the Riptide. 2-1 ball game.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, designated hitter, the Big Cat, Andre Anton.
There will now be a meeting on the mound. 2-1 ball game in favor of the Riptide. Base hit towards the right side for Chad Crosby. Michael Peabody took the turn. He scored safely. As the throw went down towards second base, Trey Lipscomb came home to score, giving the Riptide a two-run inning and a 1-run lead. 2 RBI double for Chad Crosby.
The coach is just saying, hey, calm down. Emotions are high. You did great. Get back to what you're doing. Try and slow the game down a little bit because we're on a roll. Try and get the momentum to stop.
The conversation is broken up on the mound. Andre Anton, the Big Cat, who struck out swinging his first time up, has an opportunity here in the bottom half of the 4th inning to do some more damage for the Orange County Riptide. Instead, he hits a ground ball towards the third base side. It's juggled by the third baseman. The throw down towards first is in time. Nice recovery there by Morgan Allen for the first out of the inning. Chad Crosby stays put at second base.
From Notre Dame, number 11, first baseman, Daniel Jung.
I think he can get it.
Daniel Jung, who's 0 for 1, steps into the box with a runner aboard at second base in Chad Crosby. He reached on a 2 RBI double. 2-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Pitches below the knees for a ball. It's now 1-0. Righty on lefty matchup. Cade Bollinger looks down the barrel to get a sign. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Tipped into the catcher's glove. Throw goes back towards second base. No one is home. On his way towards third, standing is Chad Crosby. Jacob Wyeth trying to sneak a throw over towards second base. No one was covering the bag. Crosby advanced to third on the play. Third run of the ball game, 90 feet away for the Riptide, as this pitch is slapped foul towards the left side and off the netting.
That was a great throw. I just wasn't doing that.
Connor Aoki awaits on deck for Orange County. 2-1 ball game, bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Hit softly towards the left side, backhanded by the shortstop. Strong throw towards first. The run does come in to score from third. 3-1 ball game in favor of Orange County. RBI ground out for Daniel Jung.
From Binghamton, number 19, your catcher, Connor Aoki.
Now Connor Aoki, he struck out looking. Comes to the plate. 3 runs have crossed the plate this half inning for the Riptide. The 0-1 misses for a ball. It's now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Antonio Cruz awaits on deck. Michael Peabody opened up the inning with the single. Trey Lipscomb then singled himself. That was followed by a 2 RBI double from the bat of Chad Crosby. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down. Fastball too far inside. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Orange County Riptide are having their way here in the bottom half of the 4th inning as the pitch misses in the dirt for ball 4.
Now batting from Rice University, number 1, left fielder, Antonio Cruz.
From Rice University, Antonio Cruz given the opportunity here with 2 men down. Runner on first base. Bottom of the 4th, the right-hander delivers the pitch, fouled back towards the netting. Carson Matthews awaits on deck for the Tide. Connor Aoki leads off at first. He reached on a walk. The pitch is now swung on and missed. Count is even at 1-1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit out of play towards the right side. Bollinger gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. High fastball. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Saints. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Orange County Riptide. Up until this inning, the bottom half of the 4th, the Riptide had been hitless. As a matter of fact, they had not found themselves with any runners on. We're now sitting at 2-2. Matthews in the on-deck circle. Cruz, the 7th batter of the inning for the Riptide. He swings and misses in the dirt for strike 3. But not before Orange County can bring 3 across the plate. We head to the top half of the 5th inning, 3-1 in favor of your Riptide. Jacob Wyeth leads things off here in the top half of the 5th inning for the Saints. During the break, the entire dugout came out for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Their head coach had a gathering with them. Not too sure what it was about, but we know there has been chirping coming from both sides of the dugout, especially from the Saints. The emotions are high during today's ball game. Nonetheless, here we are in the top of the 5th, a 3-1 Riptide lead. Looks like that back and forth chatter during the top half of the 4th inning went ahead to wake up the Riptide bats in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The 0-1 is tipped foul. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Pete Durkee awaits on deck. David Reyna in the hole if anyone gets on. Anthony Forte. Lefty on righty matchup. DJ Sartorius looks down the barrel to get a sign. The left-hander out of Biola University will have to wait on the pitch as time is called at the plate from the hitter, Jacob Wyeth. Jacob Wyeth behind the plate today for the Arroyo Seco Saints. No balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander delivers the 0-2 pitch. Chopper towards the left side. It'll go foul. Jacob Wyeth is 0 for 1. He grounded out towards short his first time up. All 3 hits in the ballgame for the Saints have been singles. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit out towards right center field. Michael Peabody will have to play it on a hop. Jacob Wyeth 1 for 2.
Pete Durkee.
That'll make way for Pete Durkee. He singled his first time up. David Reyna waits on deck. Fairly good-sized lead by Jacob Wyeth leading off first. You typically do not expect catchers to run. Lefty-on-lefty matchup and time is called at the plate. Still no movement in either bullpen. 3-1 ball game. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. DJ Sartorius delivers a pitch. On the outer half, called a strike. It's 0-1. Sartorius out of Dana Point, California. Prior to Biola University, he attended Saddleback College. 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Instead of throw over towards first base. DJ delivers the 0-1. It's in the dirt. Connor Aoki does a nice job of keeping it in front of him. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Throw back over towards first once again, nothing doing. Trey Lipscomb, the third baseman, playing on the edge of the grass. The 1-1 pitch to Durkee. Chopper towards the right side. Throw to second for 1. On to first. Double play.
Now batting number 4, David Reyna.
3-6-3.
3-6-3 double play for the OC Riptide as David Reyna steps into the box. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. He then went ahead to steal a base on the OC Riptide catcher, Connor Aoki. He takes a first pitch fastball on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. Lefty on righty matchup at the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Too far inside for a ball. It's even at 1-1. Anthony Forte and the rest of the lineup awaits on deck for the Arroyo Cinco Saints. Forte, their leadoff hitter. DJ Sartorius gets the sign, delivers a 1-1 pitch. Hit foul towards the left side, toward the Riptide dugout. As As we said, whenever DJ Sartorius is on the mound, there are a ton of kids in the stands. We see a few more kids playing above the left center field fence on the patch of grass. Here's a 1-2 pitch from DJ. Breaking ball that stays up high. The count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Today was Little League Day at Orange County Great Park Stadium as the 2-2 pitch is fouled towards the right side. So any young fan who came in with a baseball jersey was given free admission and also the opportunity to run out to the field with the Orange County Riptide at the beginning of the ball game. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Wyeth opened up the inning with a single. Pete Durkee then grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. The 2-2 pitch fouled off once again. The top half of the 5th inning, DJ Sartorius is at 64 pitches, and quite frankly, I thought he would be at a higher pitch count due to the fact that the first AB of the ball game was 11 pitches long. Here's another long at-bat upon us with David Reyna, another foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2, fouled off once again. Four strikeouts in the ball game for Sartorius on the mound. His counterpart, Cade Bollinger, also with 4 Ks. The 2-2 pitch, inside fastball taken. The count is full 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down. Fastball way outside for ball 4 as it goes all the way to the backstop. That'll give an opportunity to Anthony Forte with 2 men down here in the top half of the 5th inning. And time surely flies when you're having fun. This is the last game in June for the Orange County Riptide here at home. After today's matchup, they will travel over to Conejo and face the Oaks tomorrow. We'll have an off day Friday and head down to San Luis Obispo on Saturday to face the Blues, a 7 p.m. start time. They'll be at Arroyo Seco then on Sunday for a 4:35 p.m. start time. As I mentioned, this is the last home game in June for the Riptide. The CCO All-Star game will be on July 10th. Lefty-on-lefty matchup at the plate. Anthony Forte has 2 strikeouts. There goes the runner. He got an awfully good lead. The throw down towards second base is not in time. For some reason or another, I feel as if David Reyna was hesitant to make it all the way down towards second, or I'm not sure whether or not he took somewhat of a stumble. Nonetheless, he made it down there safely because he got an awfully good jump, so I thought there shouldn't be any worries whatsoever about making it down in time. No balls and 1 strike to Forte. The left-hander Sartorius delivers the pitch. It's on the outer half and in the dirt. Connor Rioki does a nice job of keeping the ball in front of him. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. After today's game, we'll be back for a home game next Wednesday, July 3rd, against the Santa Barbara Foresters. That is hit out towards right field. It'll drop in for a base hit, rounding the bag and on his way homer. Check that, taking more so a stumble as David Reyna, so he is unable to score.
Now batting number 21, Drew Cowell.
Drew Coley steps into the box. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Runners on the corners with 2 away here in the top half of the 5th inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Riptide had been trailing up until the top half, or more so the bottom half of the 4th inning. But there's a liner right into the glove of Troy Lipscomb to put an end to the inning. The Saints ran 2 on base, 1 in scoring position. We head to the bottom half of the 5th. 3-1 ball game in favor of your Orange County Riptide. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic via YouTube Live. OC Riptide Baseball.
Number 5, Carson Matthews.
3-1 ball game, bottom half of the 5th inning. Carson Matthews leads things off for the Riptide. He hits this one out towards right center field. Anthony Forte is there. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting
Blake Evans steps into the box.
second baseman, number 15, Blake Evans.
Taylor Penley getting loose and warm in the OC Riptide bullpen. Michael Peabody on the top of the lineup awaits on deck. Trey Lipscomb in the hole. First pitch fastball on the outer half and misses. 1 ball and no strikes to Evans. Evans is 0 for 1. He flew out towards left field his first time up. 1-0 pitch is ripped out towards right field. And a diving attempt and ultimately a diving catch. An absolutely spectacular play from Andy Garriola to fully extend and rob Evans of his first base hit of the evening.
From UC Irvine, center fielder, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Blake Evans made some solid contact, but unfortunately for him, Andy Garriola was able to cover some ground and make the catch. Michael Peabody now into the plate. He takes a fastball on the outside half. That misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Peabody is 1 for 2 today with a single. He came around or scored the first run of the ball game for the Riptide during the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's a soft ground ball towards the right side. David Reyna is there. 1-2-3. Go the Riptide in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top half of the 6th inning. 3-1 in favor of Orange County. Thomas Lovano steps into the box to open things up here in the top half of the 6th inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints. New pitcher on the mound in place of DJ Sartorius. That is Taylor Penley out of Salina, Texas, and Howard J.C. Prior to Howard Junior College, he attended Prosper High School. 1 ball and no strikes. As that is hit out towards left field, Antonio Cruz takes a look and nothing more because that ball is well out of the ballpark. Home run. Big fly to open up here in the top half of the 6th inning for Thomas Lovano. Well, I'll tell you what, our stats guy, Ryan Farron, might be just a little excited because Lovano's committed to play for his school, San Diego, next season. So, Ryan, how do you feel about that? He just...
I want to see that only between February and May.
All right, Ryan said, quote, "It was well, hey, I want to see that only between February and May." Evan Russell steps into the box. 3-2 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Ground ball towards the left side and into left field for a base hit. That'll give an opportunity to Andy Garriola. He's 0 for 2 and has a runner on first base with no men down.
Andy Garriola.
Up until this point, all of the scoring had gone down during the 4th inning. 1 run was scored then for the Saints, 3 for the Riptide, but the Arroyo Seco Saints have been gifted a run here in the top half of the 6th with a leadoff home run off the bat of Thomas Lovano. Evan Russell leads off for first base. The left-hander delivers a fastball towards the inner half. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Too far inside. Andy Garriola not content whatsoever with the result of the last pitch. It looks like he took a second glance over at the pitcher on the mound, and there's somewhat of a glare at the third base dugout. I'll tell you what, if there's someone you do not want to hit and get upset is Andy Garriola. This is a big guy. 2 balls and no strikes. The left-hander delivers the pitch. Hit out towards left field and deep. Going back, Antonio Cruz at the track, at the fence. That ball is gone. And I'll tell you what, Andy Garriola carried that bat all the way to first base, then flipped it in the air. 3-run inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints. While rounding the bag, Andy Garriola looked over to the OC Riptide dugout and yelled out, "Yeah!" A very excited Arroyo Seco Saints party unraveling in front of their first base dugout. They have reclaimed the lead here. 4-3 ball game in the top half of the 6th inning. There'll be a short meeting on the mound. Maybe that'll be the evening for the pitcher. We'll take a short break and we'll see how things in We remain in the top half of the sixth inning. 4-3 ball game now in favor of the Saints. Morgan Allen steps into the box. Thomas Lovano opened up the inning with a solo home run. Evan Russell then followed him with a single. Andy Garriola cleared the bases with a 2-run shot of his own. 3 runs have crossed the plate this half inning for the Saints to give them the 1-run lead they are enjoying right now. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Allen. Jacob Wyeth waits on deck. Pete Durke in the hole if anyone gets on. David Reyna. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Chopper towards the left side to third baseman Trey Lipscomb is there. Long throw for him, but he makes the play nonetheless, 1 away. As I mentioned during the home run, Andy Garriola took the bat all the way to first base. He then launched it in the air. That stayed in the air for a good amount of seconds. As he rounded third, he looked over to the OC Riptide dugouts, had some words of his own. So we'll see how things go ahead and unfold during the later half of the ball game. The first pitch is on the inside half. That one's taken for a ball. It's 1-0. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Saints. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Tide. The left-hander delivers the pitch. Inside fastball, too far inside for comfort. And you could take a look there. Jacob Wyeth went ahead to stare down the pitcher, Taylor Penley. Devin Sartorius, otherwise known as DJ, opened up the matchup for the Riptide. He surrendered only 1 run. That one's fouled off the hitter's foot. Three balls and 1 strike to Jacob Wyeth. The catcher, Pete Durke, on the on-deck circle for the Saints. Penley gets the sign, delivers a 3-1. It's in the dirt for ball 4. There is a right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. That's number 35, Cole Samuels. And it looks like that is the evening for Taylor Penley on the mound. So far, he's on the hook for the loss. 3 runs came in to score this half inning for the Saints. We'll take a short break. Cole Samuels due up next. New pitcher on the mound for the Riptide. That is Cole Samuels, a big right-hander out of St. Louis University. He's in to face Pete Durkee. Jacob Wyeth leads off at first base. David Reyna waits on deck. Samuels out of San Juan Capistrano, California. He attended J. Sarah High School. Righty on lefty matchup at the plate. 4-3 ball game in the top half of the sixth inning. The Saints find themselves out in front after trailing 3-1 heading into the inning. There's a pitch that swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Anthony Forte in the hole, along with the rest of the lineup, as Forte is the leadoff hitter. No balls and 2 strikes for Cole Samuels on the mound. In to replace Taylor Penley, who gave up 3 earned runs and so far is on the hook for the loss. A pitch out, nothing doing. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I'll tell you, we're in for a good ball game. We're only in the top half of the sixth inning, and only a 1-run lead for the Saints, and the emotions are high. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 2 men down in the inning as David Reyna looks to extend for Arroyo Seco.
David Reyna.
Reyna reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, then reached on a walk during the top half of the 5th inning. 8 hits in the ball game for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Pitch is taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Six out of the 8 hits for the Saints were singles. 2 of the 8 hits were home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the outer half, it's even at 1-1. Right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. No movement in the bullpen for the Saints. They trust in their guy, Cade Bollinger. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. He managed to hold up. Breeze blowing out towards right field. Not too strong whatsoever. Here's the 2-1 on the outer half. It snipes the corner for a strike. Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down, 1 man on. 4-3 ball game in favor of the Saints in the top half of the 6th inning. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Reyna is tagged out, and the inning is over. Cole Samuels comes in to shut things down for the Riptide during the top half of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom half, 4-3 in favor of the Saints.
University of Tennessee, number 23, Trey Lipscomb.
Out of the University of Tennessee, Trey Lipscomb opens things up here in the bottom half of the sixth inning for the Riptide. It'll be Lipscomb followed by Chad Crosby, Andre Antone, and if anyone gets on, Daniel Jung. Back for his sixth inning of work, Cade Bollinger. He misses for a ball. It's 1-0. It was a 1-0 ball game, then a 3-1 ball game, and now it's a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Saints. Second pitch of the AB is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talk about Trey Lipscomb's size early in the broadcast. Big guy, 6'3", 190 pounds. There'll be some discussion at the mound between the catcher, Jacob Wyeth, and Cade Bollinger. There is now movement in the bullpen for the Saints. There's a left-hander getting loose and warm. Lipscomb at the plate wearing his Tennessee colors. Orange sleeves, orange socks. I know orange also does pertain to those here, Riptide, but the shade of orange that he's wearing I think correlates best with Tennessee. 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers the pitch, runs too far inside, close to the head of Trey Lipscomb. He leans out of the way. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Lipscomb is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. He came around to score during the top half of the 4th inning. The 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. It drives the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers the pitch. High fastball above the chest for ball 4. The tying run on base for the Riptide.
Now batting from the University of Miami, right fielder, number 7, Chad Crosby.
Well, you do not have to know head coach Clemente Bonilla well enough to know that he loves to run. And by the looks of things, being down 1 run and the speed of Trey Lipscomb, Lipscomb should be on the move shortly. But it should be with the new pitcher. It looks like that'll be the evening for Cade Bollinger. Or maybe not, because the pitcher in the bullpen is still getting loose and warm. No indications of stopping anytime soon. It'll be nothing more than a discussion as a home plate umpire heads to the mound to break up the chatter and play some ball. Once again, we appreciate all of you joining us for today's broadcast on this Wednesday evening from Irvine, California. OC Riptide Baseball on YouTube Live all season long. Remember, while the OC Riptide are on the road, you can also go ahead and watch the opposing team's broadcast. I just want to go ahead and confirm, but Mo, do the Barons have their own broadcast or not? No, right? So, yeah, as of right now, it looks like in the CC only the Academy Barons do not have their own broadcast. But frankly, I would love to travel down to Compton to bring you a live stream myself. So we'll go ahead and work that out for sure. It's now 1 ball and no strikes to Chad Crosby. Andre Antone, the Anteater, the big cat awaits on deck. Righty on lefty matchup. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Gets away from Wyeth all the way to the backstop. Down towards second base safely is Trey Lipscomb. Connor Roby steps into the on-deck circle actually for Andre Antone. Two balls and no strikes. Pitch is flied out. Or more so popped up. In the center of the diamond, the shortstop will make the play. One away.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Andre Antone. Number 2, from UT Arlington, Connor Obi.
Connor Obi pinch hitting for Andre Antone here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He has a tying run aboard at second base. The pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Connor Obi comes into today's matchup with a .211 batting average. One ball and no strikes. Bollinger takes a peek towards second. Good size lead from Trey Lipscomb. Bollinger steps off the rubber. Well, both of them are right-handed hitters, so I'd like to know more as to why the head coach Clemente Bonilla decided to go with Obi as a pinch hitter. Perhaps he thought it would be a better matchup. Throw back over towards second base is not in time. Daniel Jung awaits on deck for the Tide. It's a 4-3 ball game. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cole Samuels is currently on the mound for Orange County, though there is some action in the bullpen for them. This pitch is chopped foul towards the left side, precisely towards the bullpen as well. We did see an arm getting loose and warm in the pen for the Saints, but Cade Pollinger is still on the bump for Arroyo Seco. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away. Bollinger sets, delivers the pitch, high fastball. The catcher, Jacob Wyeth, had thoughts of throwing it back towards second base, but this time he went on ahead to hesitate due to the fact that the last time he attempted such play, there was no one covering the bag, and ultimately the ball went into center field, giving an opportunity for the runner who was on second to advance all the way to third. Bollinger steps off the rubber. Trey Lipscomb does pose a threat to run. Here's a 2-1 pitch. On the other half, taken for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Connor Obi out of the University of Texas Arlington. Here's a 3-1. Swung on and missed. Another fake throw by the catcher, Jacob Wyeth. Connor Obi out of Falmouth High School. Attended UT Martin High School, or check that UT Martin College as well as Parkland Community College. The full count pitch to the plate. Chopped towards the left side. The third baseman comes in. Throws on over towards first. It brings the first baseman off the back. Throw back over towards third base. Trey Lipscomb gets in there safely with a head-first dive. The Riptide have runners on the corners with 1 man down for Daniel Jung.
Now batting, first baseman from Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
Out of Notre Dame University, Daniel Jung with an opportunity to tie up the ball game for the Riptide. And if he can find a gap, even give them the lead. Bollinger remains on the mound for the Saints. First pitch is fouled back towards the netting. They scored the last play involving Connor Obi, an error on the third baseman. No balls and 1 strike. Bollinger delivers the pitch. It catches the outer half 0-2. Connor Aoki waits on deck for the Tide. It's a 4-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The tying run 90 feet away in Trey Lipscomb, who opened up the inning with a walk. Bollinger delivers the 0-2 pitch. Hit foul towards the left side and out of play. Immediately as the ball heads into the stands, a group of kids chasing right after it. It's not only for bragging rights, but also for, I believe, a dum-dum lollipop. No balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander looks down the barrel to get a sign. Instead, he'll step off the rubber, look the runner on first base back to the bag. Lipscomb on third. Connor Obi on first. Daniel Jung at the plate. Bollinger delivers. On the outer half, the home plate umpire pulls the trigger for strike 3. Daniel Jung disagrees with the call. He thought it was low. He took a look over back at the umpire.
19, Connor Aoki.
Now Connor Aoki looking to play hero for the Riptide here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The outfield playing at a normal depth. Connor Aoki struck out looking his first time up, then walked during the bottom half of the 4th inning. He's looking for his first hit of the ball game. He'll take a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Antonio Cruz of Rice University in the on-deck circle for the Riptide. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Fair ball, says the home plate umpire. Lipscomb comes in to score. Rounding the bag on his way home is Connor Obi. The throw to the plate, not in time. 5-4 ball game. Bases clearing. RBI double for Connor Aoki. It's been a back and forth ball game, and Orange County, now it's our turn. That was only the 3rd hit of the game for the Riptide, but they have 5 runs to show for it. They are making the most of any opportunity that is given to them. I'll tell you what, throughout the month of June, I'd say this week in particular has been my favorite here at home. We had a nice comeback from behind win yesterday against the Santa Barbara Foresters, and this has been a lovely back and forth matchup between the Arroyo Seco Saints and your Orange County Riptide. Currently, we find ourselves on top 5-4 as Antonio Cruz from Rice University looks to continue the party and to keep the current strong for your Orange County Riptide. Surprised to see that Cade Bollinger is still in the ball game. We did see some movement in the bullpen. I don't think anyone is down there now. Pitch is on the outer half, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. The Riptide scored 3 runs during the bottom of the 4th. They have scored 2 runs here during the bottom half of the 6th inning. The right-hander takes a peek towards second, settles back in. That's hit out towards left field. Heading back, the left fielder, he'll make the play in front of the track, and that'll put an end to the bleeding for the Saints. But Orange County goes ahead and brings 2 runs across the plate. They've retained the lead 5-4 as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for your Orange County Riptide via YouTube Live. Anthony Forte opens up the top half of the seventh inning for the Saints. They are trailing 5-4. It's been a back and forth matchup between these two ball clubs. Let's see who comes out on top. By the looks of things, the Riptide maybe are on their way if they can hold on to the lead. Cole Samuels on the bump for Orange County. Right-hander getting loose and warm. That is Andrew Davis in the Orange County Riptide bullpen. Righty on lefty matchup, Anthony Forte has one single accompanied by two strikeouts this evening. Drew Coley awaits on deck, Thomas Lovano in the hole. If anyone gets on, that'll make room for Evan Russell. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That's below the knees. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The big right-hander gets the sign, delivers a 3-1 pitch, hit up the middle. It'll drop in for a leadoff single. Tying run on base for the Saints.
Now batting number 21, Drew Cowley.
So I'll go ahead and incorporate the same trivia question that we had last night because it looks like there was not anyone who was capable of answering the question. I'll ask it again. Who was our very, very, very first opponent this season? Very first opponent. It does not have to be in league play. Pitch is on the outer half. It's 1-0. Anthony Forte leads off of first base. He opened up the inning with a single. Thomas Lovano sitting in the on-deck circle. There goes a runner. Pitch is slapped foul towards the left side and off the netting. Connor Aoki was getting ready to throw a bullet down towards the second base. We'll be right back here in action next Wednesday, July 3rd against the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Orange County Riptide will spend their 4th of July in Santa Barbara to close out a 2-game series. The pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-1. As a matter of fact, our superfan Keith Franklin mentioned yesterday how much he enjoyed heading down to Santa Barbara for the 4th of July. I feel as if their team goes ahead and puts on a fireworks show, perhaps. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Connor Aoki out to the mound to have a chat with his pitcher. It was a 1-0 ball game, then a 3-1 game. Then it was a 4-3 game. Now it's a 5-4 game. The Saints are still out hitting the Riptide 9 hits to 3. But the Saints, also do have 3 errors. The 2-1 pitch is a ground ball towards the left side as the runner was going on the throw. It's 8:41 p.m. 6:30 p.m. start time for today's matchup. So we've been playing baseball for 2 hours and 11 minutes. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. On pace, I believe, for a 3-hour game. Yesterday's matchup started 45 minutes late as the 2-2 pitch is fouled back towards the backstop as the Santa Barbara Forester bus caught a flat tire, I believe, on their way down here to Orange County Great Park Stadium. At least a flat tire is what I was told by one of our guys, one of the OC Riptide players. Not too sure if that was truly the case. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or check that, it wasn't a flat tire. The radiator overheated. The throw was in the dirt. On his way towards second safely is Anthony Forte. Now the tying run on second base for the Saints. Drew Coley singled in the first inning, struck out in the third, then lined down towards third base in the fifth inning. A right-hander on left-hander matchup at the plate. Andrew Davis on the mound for the Riptide. Or check that, Cole Samuels, Andrew Davis in the bullpen as the pitch is taken for ball 4.
Now batting, number 15, Thomas Lovano.
Who knows how long it'll be until we actually do see Davis in the ball game. That'll make way for Thomas Lovano as he steps into the box with a runner on first and second base. Anthony Forte leading off of second. Drew Coley leading off of first. The pitching coach for the Riptide out to have a discussion. We'll take a short break while things unravel. And as a matter of fact, we'll take an even longer break as Andrew Davis is coming into the ball game to replace Cole Samuels. Andrew Davis takes the mound for the Riptide here in the top half of the seventh inning. The Saints have the tying run aboard at second base, a go-ahead run at first. Andrew Davis has shown in 5 complete innings prior to today's outing. His ERA is at 1.80. Davis out of Texas Tech as the first pitch is swung on and missed. Thomas Lovano at the plate. Evan Russell awaits on deck. Andy Garriola in the hole. Davis is 6'3", 200 pounds out of Frisco, Texas. He attended Wakeland High School. His 0-1 pitch drops below the knees, taken for a ball. It evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Thomas Lovano flew out towards left field his first time up. He then singled in the fourth and hit a home run during the top half of the sixth inning. Here's a 1-1 pitch. On the outer half, just misses below the knees according to the home plate umpire. The count turns to 2-1. The tying run in second base with Anthony Forte. He reached on a single. Drew Coley on first. He reached on a walk. It's been a back-and-forth ball game between these two teams as the 2-1 pitch to Lovano. As the runners go, it's fouled back towards the netting, straight towards our head. Luckily for us, we've got some protection.
I might have come up here if I hadn't been for that.
Forte and Coley were on their way towards third and second, but the pitch was fouled away, so they'll have to return to the bags. Right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. I do see some movement in the bullpen as well for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Wesley Scott warming up in the pen for Orange County. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Davis looking to get out of the inning unscathed with the lead. The pitch runs too far inside. It's now full 3-2. It'll be very interesting to see what Andrew Davis will come with here. He would hate to walk the bases loaded with no men down and a 1-run lead, but he also does not want to lay one in there to Thomas Lovano, who went deep during the top half of the 6th inning. Davis gets the sign. The big right-hander takes a peek towards second, settles back in. That's hit out towards left center field. Michael Peabody plays it on a hop. The third base coach goes ahead to hold the runner. Quite frankly, I thought Anthony Forte would run through the pass sign. Had he done so, he would have been there safely due to the fact that the throw was offline. Bases loaded, no men down. Evan Russell at the plate. Russell is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice ground out and a single. He also grounded out towards third base in his first AB of the ballgame. Nowhere to put them, nowhere to run. Head-to-head baseball. The right-hander delivers. Ground ball towards the left side and out of play. Here we go. It's time for sweaty palms and chewing of the nails. Bases loaded. No outs. 1-run game. Here comes the pitch. Outside fastball. Called to strike. The big right-hander, Andrew Davis, 6'3", from Frisco, Texas, and Wakeland High School. Texas Tech University on the bump for the Riptide, looking to wear the cape tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch from the right-hander. That's hit towards the right side and out of play. We'll do it again. As I mentioned earlier, Davis had thrown 5 complete innings prior to this outing, posting a 1.80 ERA. As the 0-2 pitch is popped up behind the plate and foul. We're in the top half of the 7th inning, 5-4 in favor of the Riptide. The right-hander sets, delivers the 0-2 pitch, flied out towards right field. The right fielder, Chad Crosby, gives it a look, but he'll run out of room. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Forte off a third, Coley off a second, Lovano off a first. Davis delivers the pitch. Hit up the middle and past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. The Saints will play it station to station. RBI single off the bat of Evan Russell to tie up the ball game here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Now batting, number 9, Andy Garriola.
Now Andy Garriola looking to break the game wide open in favor of Arroyo Seco. Still no men down in the inning, but the bases remain loaded. Garriola flew out towards right field, then struck out and hit a home run during the bottom half of the 6th inning. His home run, though, was a 2-run shot. Davis gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. Big hack. Swung on and missed. Garriola comes up empty. Andrew Davis would love something on a round. They would surely exchange 2 outs for 1 run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Caught to strike. Now it's 0-2. Five to 5 ball game. Top half of the 7th inning. The Orange County Riptide and the Arroyo Seco Saints. Davis gets the sign from his catcher, Connor Aoki. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slapped foul and out of play towards the right side. DJ Sartorius started off the ball game for the Riptide. We then transferred over to Taylor Penley, then Cole Samuels, now Andrew Davis. Wesley Scott in the pen for Orange County. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Andrew Davis gets Andy Garriola swinging for the first out.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting, number 17, Tito Robles.
A pinch hitter out of Azusa Pacific University. His name is Tito Robles, in to replace Morgan Allen. Robles, a big guy, 6'3", 205 pounds, out of Paramount, California. Andrew Davis would love something on the ground so the Riptide can turn 2 and escape the inning, surrendering only 1 run. The first pitch of the AB. Fastball in the dirt. Nice job of Connor Aoki keeping that one in front of him. Wesley Scott in the bullpen for Orange County. The outfield playing fairly deep. Davis gets the sign. Oh, it looked good from here. And I'll tell you that the home plate umpire was calling that pitch all night long. I do not know what happened there. Instead of 1-1, we are at 2-0. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Popped foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. At Azusa Pacific, Robles hit .318 during the 2019 season. Two balls and 1 strike, 1 man down, top half of the 7th, all tied up at 5. Here comes the pitch. It's in the dirt, gets away from Connor Aoki. The go-ahead run comes in to score. Thomas Lovano advances to 3rd. Evan Russell advances to 2nd. The last pitch will be scored a wild pitch, so charge it to the pitcher.
You say 2 and 2?
2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Davis gets the sign. 6-5 ball game. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Runs inside, the count is full. The infield plays in. Look for a play at the plate if indeed it is a ground ball. Here's a full count pitch. Hit off the end of the bat towards right field. Chad Crosby comes to the plate. One hopping throw, but not in time as Thomas Lovano comes in to score. 3 runs have now crossed the plate this half inning for the Saints to give them a 7-5 lead in the top half of the 7th inning. Now the catcher, Jacob Wyeth, looking to extend the hit parade here for the Saints. Wyeth grounded out towards short his first time up. He then singled in the 5th and walked in the 6th inning. Pete Durkee awaits on deck. First pitch is a fastball above the chest taken. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outer half and in the dirt. Aoki keeps it in front of him in the glove. 2 balls and no strikes. That's 7 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Saints. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Riptide. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Fastball that runs inside. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. And quite frankly, the way that the Arroyo Seco Saints are out hitting the Riptide, you'd think that Arroyo Seco would have a larger lead than 2. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Slapped foul towards the right side and out of play, heading towards the visitor's parking lot, maybe towards the car. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 away this half inning. During the bottom half of the 7th, it'll be Carson Matthews, Blake Evans, and Michael Peabody at the top of the lineup for Orange County. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Inside fastball taken for ball 4. The 8th batter of the inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints and Pete Durkee due up next. Clemente Bonilla out to the mound. Perhaps he will bring in Wesley Scott. Sure enough, he will. We'll take a break. We continue in the top half of the 7th inning. Wesley Scott, who is committed to Vanderbilt, who had actually just won their 2019 championship during the middle innings, is now on the mound. Wesley Scott out of Riverside, California. In to face Pete Durkee as David Reyna awaits on deck. Runners on the corners, a 2-run ball game in favor of the Saints. Right-hander on left-hander matchup. Hopefully Wesley Scott can provide a sense of serenity out of the bullpen for the Riptide, as the arms have not been up to par today. A total of 11 hits and 7 runs have been surrendered by Orange County. An interesting stat from our guy Ryan Farron. The Riptide have had 7 base runners, today. And of those 7 base runners, 5 of those have come in to score a run. Two balls and 1 strike. Scott takes a peek towards first base. He comes back to deliver the 2-1 pitch. That's way off the plate. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. David Reyna on the on-deck circle. Anthony Forte in the hole. Evan Russell leading off of third base. Jacob Wyeth leads off of first. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4.
Now batting number 4, David Reyna.
David Reyna steps into the box. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Reached on a walk in the 5th. Struck out in the 6th. Righty on righty matchup at the plate for Wesley Scott, who has just walked the first hitter he has faced, and Pete Durkee. He starts off Reyna with the first pitch, strike it 0-1. Anthony Forte and the top of the lineup on deck for the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Riptide are looking to improve their CCO record to 9-7. The Arroyo Seco Saints are looking to improve to 8-8. Each team is coming off a win. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers the pitch. It's on the outer half. The home plate umpire has squeezed the strike zone, if you will, typically because the strike zone has been fairly wide, in my opinion. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Righty on righty matchup. Scott looks down the barrel to get a sign, delivers the pitch. Chopper towards the left side. The third baseman is there. Throw over towards first. In the dirt. Not dug out by Daniel Jung. An additional run will call him in to score for the Saints. It's now an 8-5 ball game. Or check that. 9-5.
Now batting number 2, Anthony Forte.
Actually, 2 runs come in to score on the last play instead of 1, which has made it a 5-run spot here in the top half of the 7th inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints. 9-5, the biggest deficit of the game for the Riptide. Pitch on the outer half for a strike. It's now 0-1. Daniel Jung unable to dig the ball out of the dirt. Lying 2 runs to score for the Saints. As the 0-1 pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. No one in the bullpen for Orange County. Still not over yet. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. The Riptide have 9 more outs to play with. As I mentioned earlier, they have scored 5 runs on only 7 base runners. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball that misses off the plate. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Wesley Scott having some trouble finding the strike zone this half inning. He takes a peek over towards first base where David Reyna leads off. Anthony Forte actually opened up the inning himself in the top half of the 7th. This is his second AB of this half inning. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nine runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Saints as the 2-2 pitch runs inside. Meanwhile, David Reyna takes the bag at second. 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for your Orange County Riptide. The count is full for Anthony Forte. Drew Coley awaits on deck. Thomas Lovano in the hole. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Comes back to hit Anthony Forte on the waist.
Now batting, number 21, Drew Calloway.
That gives an opportunity to Drew Coley. Singled his first time up, struck out in the 3rd, lined out towards third base in the 5th, and he also had an at-bat earlier on in this inning where he walked. Second AB for him. That one gets away from the catcher, Connor Aoki. There will not be a play at the plate. Another run comes in to score for the Saints. David Reyna leading now off a 3rd. Anthony Forte now leading off a 2nd. 6 runs have come in to score this half inning for Arroyo Seco. Coming into the inning, we were on top 5-4 as the 1-0 was swung on and missed. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Carson Matthews is there. Throw over towards first is made. That'll put an end to the inning. But the Riptide do surrender 6 runs this half inning. It's a 10-5 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher on the mound for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
How many strikes is that?
Snowballs and 2 strikes. James Robertson out of Emory University on the mound. He's 5'11", 175 pounds. Left-handed pitcher. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runs inside to even up the count at 2-2. Well, as I mentioned, the Riptide still do have 9 outs to play with, so if we can work together some late inning magic, that'll be some fun as the 2-2 is way outside for ball 3 to drive the count full. It'll be Carson Matthews, Blake Evans, and Michael Peabody at the top of the lineup this half inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That slapped foul towards right side. Carson Matthews just swung at ball 4. James Robertson out of Encino, California, attended Notre Dame High School. He's a switch hitter, but he throws from the left side. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So for the second straight pitch, Carson Matthews swings at ball 4.
Second baseman from Georgia Southern, number 15, Blake Evans.
Blake Fadul.
Oh,
Correction.
Blake Fadul.
number 9.
Pinch hitting for Evans, number 9, from Santa Clara University, Blake Fadul.
Blake Fadul steps in as a pinch hitter for Blake Evans here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 1 man down. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike, 1 man down. Robertson delivers a high fastball. One ball, 1 strike, 1 man down. 5-run ball game in favor of the Saints. The 1-1 pitch has the bottom fall out of it for strike 2. Michael Peabody awaits on deck for the Riptide. We see a left-hander, it looks like, getting loose and warm in the Orange County pen, as the 1-2 pitch to Fadul is taken for ball 2. Justin Lewis warming up in the pen for Orange County. This was popped up towards the center of the diamond. The catcher looks to have a play. He'll make the catch. 2 men down. Lewis warming up in the Riptide bullpen.
Number 36 from UC Irvine, center fielder Michael Peabody.
Michael Peabody steps into the box for his 4th at-bat of the ball game. Flew out towards center field. He then singled and grounded out towards second base. 10 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Saints. 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for your Riptide. That's on a platter for a strike. It's taken 0-1. Here's the 0-1. The Riptide opened the top half of the 7th inning with a 5-4 lead. Now heading into where we are in the bottom of the 7th, we trail 10-5. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Carson Matthews opened up this half inning with a strikeout. Blake Fadul popped up to the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael Peabody out of UC Irvine at the plate. Here's the left-hander's pitch. That slapped foul and out of play. Trey Lipscomb awaits on deck. The Riptide could have gotten out of the top half of the 7th inning, surrendering only 2 runs. It was a ground ball towards third base. Trey Lipscomb threw it in the dirt. The first baseman, Daniel Jung, unable to dig it out. That allowed 2 additional runs to cross the plate here for the Saints. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peabody. Here's a 1-2. Way outside for a ball. They'll look over towards the third base umpire, and he holds his arms out, says that the runner, or check that the hitter did not go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit out towards right field. Going back, Andy Garriola in front of the track. He'll make the play, and the inning is over. To the top of the 8th we go. 10-5, Saints. Thomas Lovano steps into the box here during the top half of the 8th inning for the Saints. That'll be to Lovano, Evan Russell, and Andy Garriola this half inning. Scott delivers a pitch too far inside. Wesley Scott committed to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt defeated Michigan 8-2 to crown themselves as the 2019 champions of the NCAA tournament. 1 ball and no strikes. Scott delivers a 1-0. Popped foul. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Thomas Lovano grounded out towards third base, then had a sacrifice ground out. Followed that with a single and an additional single in the 7th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Lovano has come around and scored 2 runs. The 1-1 is coming up the middle, and it ricochets off the pitcher gracefully into the hands of Blake Evans, the second baseman. I'm not too sure where it hit Wesley Scott. Okay, so luckily for him, it actually hit off his glove.
Evan Russell.
Wasn't too sure whether it hit off his glove or his thigh, but it worked out some way. We'll take it. Why not? Any way you can get it now is a good way. Pitch is on the outer half. Evan Russell. Wesley Scott has had trouble getting out in front of the hitters, has fallen behind in most of the counts today. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's hit foul and out of play. Might be just me, but I feel as if there's been a ton of foul balls hit in today's ball game. I actually found one on the golf course yesterday. A really good looking baseball. It has navy blue and red seams, as it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a Rawlings baseball. In the center it says official ball, California Collegiate League. It has a signature from the commissioner. What's the commissioner's name? Starts with a P, I'll tell you that much. What was that? Pat Burns.
Pat Burns.
Oh, Pat Burns. the commissioner. Ground ball towards the left side. Lipscomb plays it, throws over towards first.
Now batting number 9, Andy Garriola.
The anatomy of a baseball is so unique. There are so many layers to this piece. You got to really appreciate it. You've also got to appreciate the people that actually go ahead and assemble these together, considering the fact that Major League Baseball goes through a ton of these a year. Pitch is on the inner half. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Turn to 5 ball game in favor of the Arroyo Seco Saints. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up towards the right side, but out of play. Connor Rioki gives it a look.
Remember, folks, if you do recover a foul ball, please return it to a uniformed team member wearing a blue polo shirt for the Orange County Riptide.
1 ball and 1 strike to Andy Garriola. Tito Robles awaits on deck for the Arroyo Seco Saints. The 1-1 pitch. Popped foul. Ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt for strike 3. A loud Orange County Riptide, dugout. Some sarcastic cheers, if you will. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 10-5 Saints.
No man left on base.
Trey Lipscomb leads things off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We're running out of outs. Let's get some runs on the board. It'll be Lipscomb, Chad Crosby, and Connor Obi this half inning. Pitch is popped up towards the center of the diamond on the outskirts of the grass. The shortstop makes the play into the hands of Drew Coley, 1 away.
Number 7, right fielder from the University of Miami, Chad Crosby.
Chad Crosby given the opportunity here with 1 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning. He's 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. Left-hander delivers the pitch, no balls and 1 strike. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish my Uncle Fred from Chicago a very happy birthday. Uncle, I love you. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Hope to see you soon. 1 ball and 1 strike to Chad Crosby. Connor Obi awaits on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch, way outside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. As I mentioned, our next broadcast will be next Wednesday, July 3rd, against the Santa Barbara Foresters. The 2-1 is there for a strike. Now it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul towards the left side and out of play. You hear a ton of kids chasing after those foul balls. One kid in particular yelling out that it's my ball, I call it. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. I feel like that's a very fun feature of the ballpark for the kids, being able to chase after foul balls. Chad Crosby was hit, so he's awarded first base.
Designated hitter number 2 from the University of Texas Arlington, Connor Obi.
Out of the University of Texas Arlington, make way for Connor Obi. Came in as a pinch hitter for Andre Antone during the bottom half of the 6th inning. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. Chad Crosby leads off of first. Crosby reached on a hit by a pitch. The left-hander delivers. That's a blooper towards the right side. The first baseman makes the play. Down. Second pop out of the inning for the Riptide.
First baseman, number 11, from Notre Dame, Daniel Jung.
Now out of Notre Dame University, Daniel Jung steps into the play. He's hitting from the left side. Lefty on lefty matchup should favor the pitcher on the mound. No movement in the bullpen for the Saints. No movement in the bullpen for the Riptide. The catcher, Daniel Jung, in the on-deck circle for Orange County. 10-5 ball game. 5-run deficit for the Riptide. Here's the 2-0. Hit towards the right side and into right field for a 2-out single. Crosby advances to second. Jung's at first. That'll make room for Connor Aoki, the catcher. Aoki today is 1 for 2. He struck out looking, had an RBI double, and walked.
Connor Aoki.
Antonio Cruz awaits now in the on-deck circle. And check that, stepping in for Antonio Cruz is actually Dylan Rock. Lefty on righty matchup, James Robertson on the mound now for the Arroyo Cinco Saints. Robertson takes a peek towards second. Instead, that's fouled off towards the right side and out of play. Under the home plate umpire, yell out Ryder, 4 more in plays. Like I said, a ton of foul balls in today's game. Well, if there's something we'll get out of the game is the fact that Ryder won his standoff during the national anthem. That was a ton of fun as the 0-1 pitch is hit up the middle. Will it die down for a base hit? No, it will not. It goes into the glove of Anthony Forte as we head to the 9th inning. It's a 10-5 ball game in favor of the Saints. Tito Robles leads things off in the top half of the ninth inning. Justin Lewis, newly integrated pitcher on the mound for the Riptide. Coming into the ballgame, Lewis has an ERA of 2.84. No balls and one strike to Tito Robles. Jacob Wyeth awaits on deck. Pete Durkee in the hole. Off-speed pitch on the inner half. Good movement, better location. No balls and 2 strikes. In the first week of the Orange County Riptide podcast, Justin Lewis was due for an interview, and he broke down his at-bat during the game, I believe, against Santa Barbara, or who was their opponent that night? San Luis Obispo. Yeah, Justin Lewis got an opportunity at the plate, and he made the most of it. My goodness, that was quite memorable. I remember calling that as the most interesting at-bat of the evening for the Riptide. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Tito Robles out of Azusa Pacific University. The left-hander delivers the pitch. It stays up high. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We see a left-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. As the 1-2 pitch is on the outer half. Stays off the black. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robles came in as a pinch hitter for Morgan Allen. Michael DiFilippi warming up in the bullpen for the Riptide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lewis looks down the barrel to get a sign. Connor Aoki behind the plate. That's on the outer half. It looked pretty from here, but it looked ugly to the umpire. Now it's full, 3-2. Jessica Wingett says, "Get him, Jay." Yeah, go ahead, Justin. Get them for sure. There's first AB flyout for Justin Lewis. 1 away.
Now batting, number 24, Jacob White.
That'll give opportunity to Jacob Wyeth here in the top half of the ninth inning. He has reached base 3 times today, twice off of a walk. He then singled in the 5th. He also grounded out in the 2nd inning. The left-hander delivers the pitch. That's on the outer half, taken. It's 1 ball and 0 strikes. 1 man down in the inning. The Riptide down by 5 runs. 10 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Saints. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Orange County. That ball just managed to stay foul. Probably about 1 foot away from the chalk. It's even at 1-1. Nicky goes ahead to say, "Let's go, J. Lou." So it looks like that's Lewis's nickname, J. Lou. So Dave Lamb actually has him living at home. So I know you're a good cook, Dave. Tell me, how much does Justin Lewis eat?
He's an extremely picky eater,
Is he really?
but if it is meat, he will devour it.
What's one thing that he's kind of rejected? What's a food that you know that he just does not have any kind of love for?
Anything that's green.
Anything that's great. Justin Lewis, man. J. Lou, let's get him. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Wyeth. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. Now it's a full count, 3-2. So it's Justin Lewis, and who else do you host?
Dylan Rock.
And Dylan Rock. Here we go. What about Rock? What kind of an eater is he?
Just the opposite of Justin. He eats extremely healthy.
Does he really? Wow. So far, what's been their favorite dish of yours?
Barbecue chicken and ribs.
Oh, perfect. That's popped up towards the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Carson Matthews, makes the play. Trey Lipscomb repeated to him, take it, take it, take it, take it. 2 men down.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Pete Turkey. Number 6, Marco Martinez.
Marco Martinez comes into the ballgame and in to replace Pete Durkee. So Dave's a busy guy. Not only does he have to take care of Dylan, Rock, and Justin Lewis, but also Ryder Lamb. 3 OC hungry Riptides at his house. Dinner time must be kind of fun. 1 ball and no strikes. Left-hander delivers off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Dave Lamb, the assistant GM for the Orange County Riptide, doing an awesome job. Very kind of him to open up his home to these Orange County Riptide baseball players. 2 balls and 1 strike. And there we go. Dave just slid me a note, and he said, Costco loves me. And I wonder why. 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed 2-2. So what's something in your household that you've noticed that has gone by really quickly over these last few weeks? Anything in particular? Toilet paper, says Mo. It's on the outer half. Justin Lewis was walking off the mound with some swag, but the home plate umpire says no.
Justin looks like the type of guy that's in the bathroom for a while.
Okay, so Mo just said that Justin looks like the type of the guy that stays in the bathroom for a while.
Are we really discussing bathroom habits?
Oh, maybe we are, huh? It's a 5-run ball game. Okay, so Jessica Wingett says you should see the laundry at the Lamb house. Oh.
That's my wife.
Oh, that's actually Dave Lamb's wife. This is popped up towards the right side. The first baseman runs out of room. Oh, Jessica, well, thank you for joining us for the broadcast.
Please return all foul balls to a uniformed OC Riptide team member.
So far we have that Costco loves Dave. Jessica says that the laundry is out of this world at the Lamb house.
How many stolen bases did Dylan have?
It's the 3-2 pitch that's fouled off once again. So how does Ryder like having them at home?
Loves it.
And Ryder likes having them at home. That's awesome. Must be a really fun environment. Does Ryder have any other siblings?
Oh, he does.
Okay, as the 3-2 hit right back up the middle, it'll fall in for a base hit.
Now batting number 4, David Reyna.
David Reyna at the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice, then he walked, then he struck out, then he reached on an error in the 7th inning. Marco Martinez leads off at first. Popped foul towards the right side and out of play. That one stays in the stands. Shouldn't be too much longer until we see a little kid chase after it. And there's a girl already chasing after it, but a little kid was right behind her. She then returns the ball into the dugout of the Arroyo Seco Saints. Throw back over towards first. Justin Lewis sitting pretty. He's picked off the runner. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Maybe some late inning magic or maybe a ticket back home. We'll see you then.
After the top of the 9th. Cruz, number 22. From the University of Texas San Antonio, Dylan Rock.
Dylan Rock steps into the box this half inning for the Riptide. Bottom of the ninth, our last ups, our last hopes, our last breaths. Let's see what we make out of it. Now, Dave actually slid me a note. It says that Rock is wearing long pants for the first time this season. So Dylan Rock going ahead, bringing some new fashion on the field as the 0-1 pitch is 1 ball and 1 strike. Dave, do you know why this is the first time he wears the long pants? Just giving it a new shot.
Try short pants and socks when he got here.
Okay, well, I mean, it was a fitting look. Why not? Here's the 1-1. That's a high fastball. So Dylan Rock is the other OC Riptide that you host, huh, Dave? So Rock and Justin. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big swing. He comes up empty. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So baseball as a whole is just a hot topic at your house, right? Count is even at 2-2. Carson Matthews awaits on deck. Blake Fadol in the hole. Home plate umpire establishes time at the plate as Dylan Rock stepped out of the box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander delivers outside fastball that swung on and missed for strike 3. Carson Matthews makes his way to the plate. 10 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Saints. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Riptide.
Matthews.
Out of BYU, Carson Matthews for his 4th and perhaps his final at-bat of the ball game. Robertson delivers a pitch that's fouled back towards the netting. It's no balls and 1 strike. So after today's matchup, the Riptide will travel over to Conejo to face the Oaks tomorrow. Then on Saturday, they'll travel over to face the Blues. On Sunday, the Saints, as Carson Matthews strikes out,
Now batting
giving an opportunity to Blake Fadol.
from Santa Clara University, Blake Fadul.
Again, this is the final home game of the month of June here at Orange County Great Park Stadium. June, you've been nice to us. You've been kind. We've enjoyed our time here for sure. We're more than excited for the month of July as we make ourselves and we make our way more so into the playoffs. No balls and 1 strike to Fadul. Robertson delivers the 0-1 pitch. That swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2. Dylan Rock opened up the inning with the strikeout. Carson Matthews followed with a K of his own. Robertson on the mound looking to strike out the side. Blake Fadul looking to put the ball in play. He fouls this one off towards the inning. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Ryder Lamb still out there hustling. Time is called by the home plate umpire, giving the bat boy an opportunity to make himself into the dugout. The left-hander delivers the 0-2 pitch. Outside fastball. Fadol lays off. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, we exceeded the 3-hour mark. We've now been playing for 3 hours and 18 minutes. Inside fastball is called a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the ball game. The Arroyo Seco Saints defeat the Orange County Riptide. Here's the final line. 10 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Saints. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Orange County Riptide. The Riptide split the series here at home with the Foresters and the Saints. They travel over to Conejo Oaks tomorrow. Make sure to tune into their live broadcast at 5 p.m. I believe you can find that on YouTube Live. As for us here at Orange County Great Park Stadium, we'll see you here next Wednesday, a 6:30 p.m. start time against the Santa Barbara Foresters. Once again, we thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. We wish you a very pleasant rest of your Wednesday evening, and may you have a good night. Thank you once again. Jonathan Ortiz signing off.